Someone do a little fucky wucky and this place is ran by Ramu? What the heck? Oh. A lot of time has passed.
It's in ruins. But why? What happened here? And where is everyone?
I had a look in a few of the other houses, but they had clearly been abandoned.
Hold that thought. What the heck?
Damn it all. None of this makes sense. Excuse me? Are you looking for someone?
Who are you?
I apologize for giving you a fright. However, I did have reason to keep to the shadows. Sriracha has told me a great deal about you.
Sriracha?
Greetings, and welcome to the realm of Alexandria. I am Sphene, the Queen of Reason.
Queen of Reason?
If
Wait
you
a
are the
fucking
Queen of
minute.
Reason, is there perhaps,
Yes, if you mean to ask if there is a King of Resolve. Zorulja holds that title, and together do we reign.
Listen. We're going to off you.
then you were both behind the attack on Turihyola?
Offer. I agree.
And I doubt you're here to offer us a warm reception.
Mm-hmm.
No, you have it all wrong. I am not come to fight.
Liar.
Zorulja rules alongside me, but that is a matter of expedience. In truth, we are at odds, he and I.
No. No.
It is at considerable risk to myself and my people that I come before you to beg your aid.
What are you talking about?
Our aid? I'll admit I cannot imagine King Zororja is king to share and share alike. But if what you say is true, you're still the queen.
Yeah.
Indeed. But I was once the sole ruler of Alexandria.
Wait.
Until one day, he appeared, bent on conquest. In my weakness, I feared his power. So I persuaded him to forego violence and strike a bargain. I would remain queen, and he would receive technology that would empower him to achieve even loftier ambitions, along with the knowledge to use it. A gamble, to be sure, but if it might spare my people...
No, you're a bitch.
If I may, the dome surrounding these lands was erected...
No, you have the
recently.
technology to tell him to screw off. What?
How is it he was able to not only invade, but instate a new system of leadership in a mere matter of days?
I've never heard of your realm. And this place is, or at least was, Yasurani. The house I grew up in is still here. But 3 years ago, that tower and these strange contrivances weren't. Nor was our village in ruins.
What?
Where did you come from? And what happened to the people who lived here? You must know.
I realize how confusing this all must be. Truth be told, I don't fully understand it myself. What I can say is that one day, people from your Tuliolo suddenly appeared here in Alexandria. Or perhaps it was we who found ourselves in Tuliolo. Until but recently, we were completely unaware of events taking place beyond the barriers surrounding our realm.
Does this not remind you of the Crystal Tower? How after the 8th Umbral Calamity, we devised a means to transport the Spire across time and space from the source unto the First. Granted, this is on a much larger scale, if that is indeed what has happened. Not only the people and structures, but also the surrounding environment. Regardless, the people of Lakeland perceived the arrival of the Crystal Tower much as the Queen describes her own experience. Sudden and inexplicable.
Well then, you appear to have a better grasp of our circumstances than we do. Indeed, more than I dared hope. In which case, a closer examination of the effects of this phenomenon may afford us more insights. Allow me to take you to the outskirts. A number of the Shatona live there as well. Perhaps your acquaintances are among them.
Hold on. If we accept, there's no guarantee we're not walking into a trap.
But if we're to defeat Zorolja, we need to understand how he grew so strong. Besides...
You're right.
Queen Sphene, before we go, Your Majesty, I have to ask, did you really have nothing to do with the attack on Tulichola?
Noble Wook Lamart, shall we dispense with the formalities? I'll not deny the soldiers and airships that attacked your people are products of Alexandria. But it was Zorolja, not we, who fashioned them into weapons of war and laid siege to Tuliolo.
So he alone is to blame.
No, I blame Steen also.
No, I may not have prosecuted this war, but I nevertheless bear responsibility for it.
Yeah. Like, you're a good 50 at least.
Perhaps. I know next to nothing about you, let alone what you've been through. So by all means, show us around. I think we'll learn a lot from meeting your people.
She has, like...
Wonderful! If you would follow me.
She has, like, Tron level 3000... Isn't... Like, she has Tron level 3000 technology. Why...
Is that concern or suspicion?
Both!
If things should take a turn for the worse, might I call upon your aid?
Wait. Wait a minute. She sounds like Medion.
I jest, of course. But
What?
you do strike me as the most capable here.
Is that the same voice actress? Am I bugging? We could take care... We have to go into the city! We gotta usurp some people! Time flows differently in here! It's... I mean, it's already probably been like 3 years for them! When we come back, Kalana's probably old! As fuck! Okay, so like so Zeralja goes in, spends 30 years. No, wait, no, longer than that, because the dome only appeared recently, and the dome was 30. What? What? Shouldn't we? Okay. Yeah, that was 30 years when the dome appeared. So Ralja's probably been in here longer. They make sense. Do I hear what?
What's happening over there?
It's nearly time.
Time for what?
I'm glad you could make it.
What is happening?
Are you with us?
Queen Sphene has come to see you.
That's her.
We're here, Namika. Everything is going to be all right.
What's the matter, dear?
It can't be. That's the bangle I gave to Namika.
You know her?
Of course I know her. She was like a mother to me.
I see. She was always willing to lend a kindly ear to others, but rarely did she ever speak of herself.
Is it really you?
She must have arrived shortly before the barrier manifested. For us, it was perhaps days, but for her...
30 years.
It's me, Uklamat.
I'm afraid her time with us is nearly at an end. Has she no more soul cells?
She always used
Soul
her
what?
sparingly, but at her age, it wouldn't make a difference.
Soul what?
Ma'am, the ushers have arrived.
Thank you, Namika, for your many years of friendship. Take comfort in the knowledge that this is not the end. Be not
What?
afraid. Your memory will live on in us.
Living on in memory. The giants share a similar belief.
What is...
Wait, where are you taking her?
Worry not. She is being escorted to a medical facility in the tower. There we will ease her burden.
What aren't you
I
telling
had
us?
hoped to make arrangements for her sooner, but she wished to remain here for as long as possible. I could not bring myself to refuse her.
Is there any way I might stay with her for a little while longer? We may not share the same blood, but she was my mother. Please.
Let us give them some time alone.
How much time has passed?
She didn't speak, but I'm grateful that I could be with her at the end. Thank you.
It's not the end. Hmm? Oh, nothing. I was just thinking that we have much to discuss. Where shall we begin?
What?
With what we can be reasonably certain of, perhaps. Between what we have witnessed and the testimony of Alexandria's inhabitants, it's safe to say that two distinct lands have indeed become one. What's more, having met Namika, there is no denying the divergence in the passage of time. Taken together, these phenomena strongly suggest that some manner of cross-rift displacement has occurred. Specifically, the displacement of Alexandria from another reflection to the source.
It does seem the most likely explanation.
What perplexes me, however, is the scale of said displacement. It far exceeds what could conceivably be achieved with a void gate, or even with the Crystal Tower. In essence, we are dealing with a localized instance of dimensional compression. The Ascians would no doubt liken it to a rejoining. Which invites the question, how was such a feat accomplished?
You have...
I wish that I had an answer for you, but this talk of reflections and dimensions is well beyond my understanding.
how about this? How did you get from there to here?
I can only tell you that we lived peacefully under the barrier's protection for many, many years.
What?
Until the day that peace was suddenly broken.
What do you...
If I may clarify, the barrier predates Alexandria's displacement.
Wait, what?
By several hundred years, yes. To when the continent we call home was ravaged by a devastating cataclysm.
What?
The barrier was erected to isolate us from the surrounding land's innocuous influence.
I see. And it was only later that it was whisked away, along with its contents by means unknown.
In other words, Sphyn's as lost as the rest of us, right? The Alexandrians didn't mean to end up in Tural.
Wait, what?
Ah, but of course, our next stop ought to be Everkeep. That tower over yonder.
You're
Once
not
you've
telling
been
us something.
registered as my guests, you will have access to Solution 9 and its residential district, where you will doubtless gain invaluable insight into Alexandria's state of affairs. Unfortunately, I cannot take you directly to where Zoraljar resides.
That you'd let us in it all goes a long way toward proving we're not content to let Zoraljar do as he pleases. But we're not talking about a simple difference of opinion here. I've come to avenge my father. And to do so, I intend to take Zoraljar's life. Are you willing to stand by and allow Alexandria's king to be slain?
A fair question. Permit me to answer it thus. My people come first. Their welfare is paramount. I will do everything in my power to keep them from harm. It is a ruler's duty. Now, I am off to register you at Everkeep. It may take some time, but you shall find the entrance open to you in due course. Oh, and ere I forget, your mother, Kafkiwa, you might try the Thunder Yards to the east.
The Thunder Yards? Is that where she is?
I'm afraid I can say no more than that. Make for the Thunder Yards, and all will be made clear.
What the frick is happening? What are those?
It's not as if we have other pressing business. Not until we can get into this Everkeep anyway. Thank you for earlier. And for being a friend to Namika this past 30 years. It means a lot to me.
Namika? I'm sorry, but I don't know who you mean.
What?
What? We were just with her. If this is some sort of a joke, it isn't funny.
I don't mean to give offense, but I honestly have no idea who you are talking about. I'm sorry.
How can you not know who she is? You're in charge here. She was under your care.
Then in all likelihood, my memories of her have been stored in the cloud.
In the what? In the what?
Any person seemingly forgotten without reason is probably there, in the cloud. Oh, I really must be getting back to work. If you'll excuse me.
In the what? This expansion is a fever dream. To the what? Wait a freaking minute. Are you telling me that they digitize a person's memory and put it in those robots? I What? What? What?